Hey, you got that? All right, hold on, Valentine, after this. All right, so it's all set. Huh? Yeah, here, give it to me. All right, here, throw it to me. Go. Could have sworn I read a 1 o'clock time for this. That's my bad. All right, you ready? It's recording, just let it go.
Table.
Virgil! Today we have Light traveling up. They played a match on Friday. Tell us a little bit about that match on Friday. You were there, right? And now you talked about that being one of the keys to the match. What all those on the strategy? The about that Boston got caught overloaded a number of times by trying to challenge the breakdown. So they're going to have to be really quick in there at that breakdown. They're going to have to realize when they need to back out of that and that breakdown is longer. As we've seen, you know, this life team is very good at setting up the breakdown. We were talking earlier, you were saying that they didn't throw any more than 3 guys into the breakdown when they were playing against Boston. So now that's it. So ball goes up, not taken.
Hey, come over here. All the
So you mentioned the training group that they have here, and that's a combination of players from their universities and from their men's club that are looking to take their place to the next level. All pun intended. Let's see. So McElroy with the kick from difficult conversion to nails. 7-3 Boston Irish Wolfhounds opens up with the kick. So it's 7-3, and pretty good match so far. We're about 20 minutes into this right now.
Already, yeah, we're a good quarter in, and it has already been violent. You know, the Wolfhounds came through with what they wanted to do, challenging at the breakdown. I think Life was reacting to that, and we did have some heat. We've got guys coming back.
The team from Life, they're looking to set up a couple more plays, probably by there's a little bit of space. Stephen Solowitz calling for the ball. He wants it. He's got numbers out wide, and they're going to attack from deep. Trying to find a hole, and that's McElroy. McElroy's threw right in there. Now the ball out here, coming all alone, rucking.
Another nice small ruck, but Wolfhounds are turning that. Wolfhounds have turned that.
So there's that. That's exactly what you were talking about. Was one of their keys to the game. And we see right a little chippiness. Alex Vertiger getting in there and with Kyle Stroman a little bit. So
Macy.
I had the numbers. I had the schedules. We got a yellow one and a blue and a blue one here. Both teams wearing green. One like that. So here at the ICC, this is a wonderful facility. You know, a great pitch here. Irish Cultural Center. Ryan, you've been here a number of times. Why don't you fill us in on the Irish Cultural Center and what they do here?
Well, the Irish Cultural Center, I mean, they have a Gaelic football club going. They've got a great youth rugby club going. And they're trying to really build the youth program and the grassroots rugby program here in Southern Mass. Trying to get a regional thing going on where they get college-ready, pathway-ready players moving up from the high school ranks.
Thank you.
So we see that blue scrum cap there, and that is the man Adam Thomas. You caught up with him at the last match. This will be his last match that he's going to play for the
final Wolfhounds match. This is his swan song. He's nursing a little bit of a foot injury that he picked up against Boston, but giving it a go for his last try. And
the kick goes up.
Release 22. No hands. No hands.
Life now set. They're going to go ahead and block kick direction. Got themselves maybe about 10 meters.
Yeah, the box kicking and the tactical kicking the last couple of weeks for both teams hasn't been great. I think the Wolfhounds actually made a nice adaptation though against Boston, and just choosing to tactically kick and pin Richie Law back. They did a good job, but Friday their box kicking for Life wasn't as impressive as their other facets.
So McCann with the throw. Adam Thomas dumb in one. So just over
Peter Leonard. So there you got Fawcett. Dylan Fawcett, he is a monster.
Time off.
You know,
Time off.
He's a prime example.
Back 8. Let him go. Let him go and walk back.
Like a beast.
Let him go and walk back.
He is playing hooker in 15s without problem.
8.
So we see a little bit of
8, walk back, please.
Kurt Weaver,
Lights
hashtag
back, please.
Weaver fever in there, taking care of the boys.
go,
Tempers are
just go,
flaring.
just go. I
It's
don't need
a
you right
very
now. I don't need you
passionate
right now.
game here, especially
Captain
with
in
the
2.
Irish Wolfhounds playing here in front of a bunch of fans that are out on the deck enjoying a couple of nice soda pops, if you will. Also food that they do have available here. This is a full facility.
It's a barley flavored soda pop that they serve best.
Barley flavor. And there's a yellow card right away. That's Dylan Fawcett.
Dylan Fawcett, we were just
and
talking about.
Fawcett, he's
He's a
that
beast.
beast, their hooker. And so they're going to be down a man. And this is a great position for the Wolfhounds to be in now. For the next 10 minutes, they're going to have a man advantage. And it looks like they're going for the post there through Patty Owens.
Yeah, that's a nice long kick, too, a 50-meter kick. He's got the confidence to do it.
And
No, they're going to go.
looks like they're discussing. He's
Tap
eyeing
it.
it
Got it.
again. And they're going to
No,
go
they're
for
gonna
touch.
tactical, yeah. Smarter decision. But again, I think that their tactics of like really challenging, attacking the breakdown of life is working so far. I think that they've
So
broken up that
fantastic
rhythm.
kick all the way down. They're going to have a line out at the 5-meter line. Fantastic attacking position for the Irish Wolfhounds. We'll see. Now you're talking the last set piece didn't go their way. They weren't able to gather it, but we'll see what they have out of here. Do we expect them all out of this?
Well, inside the 22, you got your bets on, but Coach Fergal was saying that they're going to be mauling less. They want to catch life unawares, and they really want to go wide. But again, it's inside the 22.
So quick ball in, and now they're looking. They might be. They're very close to the try line there. So the maul, they went on a quick maul. Now they're calling Patty Owens with the ball in hand. He's going to go out and he hits. He hits Kerry Kennedy there. Wasn't expecting the ball, and Kavanaugh cleans it up. And now you see all the backline numbers overloaded for life there.
Nothing's going to come of that.
They had a lot of weapons out to the right.
Again, that
Fortunate for them,
discipline.
that didn't come off.
Yep. That discipline of life in the ruck. I mean, you got Lance Kavanaugh, number 11 wing, cleaning up dirty ball. He's only got one guy over him, and they're spinning it a quick ruck, and everybody else staying on their feet, getting out, ready to attack. They're the running Eagles. They name them that for a reason.
So Marcus Walsh, he is from Dublin, Ireland. He is an undergrad, part of that 9, 10, 12 undergrad combination that life is getting. Great experience here today against this Boston Irish Wolfhound side. A lot of experience on this Irish Wolfhound side.
Absolutely. They've started a rebuilding period that they're excited about. They know it's not this year, but they think they're on the right path, and they might be. They've got former professional league players, 2 of them in their back line right now. Although one of them came off for injury, I haven't seen him return. That was Peter Lupton, the 12. Dustin Cooper, though, is Aussie. He's the 15, and he's a pretty special player. He lines up some interesting angles.
Set.
So scrum on the 5-meter. Life pressured. There's nobody out here, as Ryan points out, on their wing. They have all their wings loaded, and it's a useful set piece.
Wow.
An absolutely dominating scrum for the Irish Wolfhounds here. It's still sloppy. Now they're going to send it back. That ball is just going to find touch and give them a little bit of breathing room.
Just outside the 22.
So the Irish Wolfhounds doing a great job right now, pressuring this life team that's coming in here. This
Absolutely.
Irish Wolfhounds, they're not down.
They are not. They are really excited about their feet, actually. They've been kind of dormant for a while in the ARP, and they don't take pride in that, but they are taking pride in the way that they're rebuilding. It's a new era for them. They're going with the back movement. They're trying to change things up. And the lineouts, I think they're hoping to catch the line aware as well. They want to move it.
So the line out now, they have a 4-man line out here coming in, a little bit different from the last lines that they're doing. Look like they're going to go first pod, and it's a good take. Straight up, and now ball
They
out.
got Tom Walsh out there in the centers like they want.
So he takes it straight up. Now they got a little bit. Patty Owens out to the left, calling for the ball.
And
now they're
they've
going to
got
go.
an overload.
Oh, nice miss. Misses 2 guys, but that life defense is right there.
Harley Davidson is in everything. He's an aggressive kid. I like him a lot.
So now Patty Owens again with the ball and finding Walsh again, straightening up. Now that ruck, good counter ruck on from life, but Boston's done a good job. Oh, nice little back
inside ball
pass
to
in
Pisey.
there. Fantastic into Kennedy from Patty Owens. And a penalty. Now they got a penalty. They're about 15 meters inside from where they need to be.
And that is Pisey, Harry
Tom?
Kennedy Pisey. He
What do you
was
have?
coming in there strong. Number 3 over here for the Wolfhound. He's coming with fire. I saw him in Amesbury on Friday. He was scouting out this life team, and he was picking up some chinks that he thought he might want to exploit. And so far, he's coming with definite fire. So we've got Patty Owens going for points here. So It's a game if he gets this. They're right still in it.
So Patty Owens was good off the boot last time that they played Boston. It was very successful kicking, had a good day. That was Boston Irish Wolfhounds coming out on top of their cross-city rivals, Boston Rugby. In a good match. Ryan Trost was on the mic doing it solo by himself, but we finally linked up. You got Ryan squared today. Now we'll quiet it down for Patty Owens as he takes his kick. Lines it up and just off to the right. Had the distance, but just a little bit to the right. So we're going to come back for a 22 now.
Got some good communication from the Wolfhounds today. That's something I noticed on Friday with Life. There was excellent communication. Every single guy, they were working their pod system. They were all right in tight with each other. Low voices, but everybody was talking.
I got to tell you, as a coach, especially at the collegiate level, that's one of the most frustrating things is getting our kids to just talk. It's like just get out there, communicate. You can't play defense silent. You can't play offense silent. In this sport, you want 15 mouths chirping the whole time.
Absolutely.
So ball going up, taken by Harris. Harris now gets it out into Patty Owens. He's got some help. He's going to bring it back our direction. He's going to put a little boot on, but it's going to go straight into touch, so not the desired outcome that he wants.
A little bit excited there. I think he was hoping for something on the left. Didn't see it and got a little creative.
We got this line out directly in front of us. It'll be a good vantage point for us. So with the throw is going to be Alex Mahan out of Charlotte, North Carolina. He's an undergrad as well. So taking over duties for Fawcett as he's sitting down. He's still got a couple minutes left in the bend. So they're calling out. He's going to go front pod. They get it just over the hands, and now it's out. The running Eagles are taken away. Oh, and they slipped the tackle, and they're running.
They love to fight off their tackles, too. They aren't afraid to bring it in. They've been looking to exploit gaps all week.
Oh, and then just slipping directly through. Unfortunate. That's Von Schalwick. I believe that's the 10.
Let's go.
So, again, finding space on that far away touchline, just finding it out there in the wing and able to exploit the space and just blowing it right up. But it all started with this play that happened right in front of us.
That's right. Harley Davidson found that gap, and he forced a lot of guys to swallow in on him. And that's how you open up the space on the wing there, right?
Absolutely.
I think he was just talking there.
So Blaine McElroy, he's lining it up right now. Get a good shot. We can see it maybe right in the back of us. So Blaine McElroy with the kick. He has a good boot on him. He is normally their 10, playing fly half. Now he's stepped back. He's playing fullback, giving Von Schalwick an absolutely great opportunity to run the offense. And so the kick was useful. It's useful again.
It's going to be a 10-3 advantage. Unfortunate that the Wolfhounds weren't able to come away with that last deep foray with a little bit of points. They don't want to open the floodgates now. Oh, that was a try.
Yeah, so 14-3 is the score line. That Boston Irish Wolfhounds, they just need to shut down that outside center pairing, and then just get down. And then one of the things that you were talking about that you noticed with Life is that they're always overloading and always looking to get as many people in support play as possible.
Absolutely.
So kick coming straight towards our direction. So we're going to go back. We're going to have a line out for Boston Irish Wolfhounds here. We're about 10 meters outside the 22. Come on, Josh, there we go. And this is just an absolute fabulous venue. Beautiful day. It's New England weather at its finest. I mean, it's November. We're out here in sports coats, feeling pretty good. A nice light breeze on it. It is sunny. The cloud cover is there, so there's going to be a lot of red guys at this match, I'm pretty sure. And that is
how many? 4?
Everything. This Irishman included right now.
Guys, we're not going to go back and out.
Did you bring your
right? We're just going to fix it.
Not
Get
bring
it.
the sunscreen.
I got
I like this
It's the Irish bronze. I got a nice red. So the ball out in the Walsh. Walsh takes it. Now he looks like he found a gap, but a high tackle coming in. But the ruck's on. They're out. They got numbers. They're going left. Patty Owens has it in his hands. He hits in behind.
Nice little screen pass to Danny Collins. Fergal's very high on Danny Collins. He's a young man, but his father was a
So
former
now back
Eagle.
out. Patty Owens now finding Adam Thomas. Adam Thomas getting back around. They're looping it. Patty Owens got a man. Got a couple guys out there doing a good job. But right over the top. I don't know if he released their coach right in there, so he'll know. Great job coming out. Big Walsh running in. He's attacking with a fever. He's just coming right after it today at this defensive line of Life.
Yeah, I think that the Wolfhounds made a point early. They want to come with the fire. They do not want to lay down. They want to show Life a game.
So Patty Owen with a nice little kick back through, but that's going to come back a little too much.
Scrum.
You know, they look like they didn't really have any good form, so he's just looking to reset a little bit, but just a little bit too much on him.
Tackle only,
Too
there's no
much,
offside
not
line.
quite to the corner where he really wanted it. So speaking of the overloads, I had a chance to talk to Blake Bradford on Friday after the game, and he had some points about how we always want to get up the middle of the field and attack from there. We don't want to go straight sideline to sideline. We want to suck guys in first. It's a very fundamental philosophy, but they've worked it to a T.
Crouch.
So what do you think so far of the young link-up, the 9-10-12 combination here for life?
I think it's really good. I think, you know, we haven't seen as much pressure as they'd want. I'm sure they have been attacking a lot out of their back end, out of their own end. They have had a couple of successful, attacks out of this bend, but the Boston pressure, defensive pressure, has been pretty good and has been able to stymie that attack. You know, I think it's still pretty early on. We're getting close to halftime here. It'll be interesting to see, you know, in the second half what adjustments Life could make to get it moving pretty good, but I think it's working out for them pretty well right now.
Pretty well. I think most people were expecting a lot bigger score differential at this point of the game. I think people were expecting to be a whitewash. I'll tell you what, though, Fergal and the Wolfhounds were keen to point out to me at practice last week that they closed the gap by half.
So if we notice, as the back row completely just breaks out and they're scraping all the way deep to prevent that big break. You know, we saw it here, and good stiff arm coming out, but tackling on. Now they're going to go back out to right with some numbers. A little low pass, but taken well. Now the big man's running straight through. A great pop
Harley
off
Davidson
of it.
again.
Harley Davidson gets right back up, but he's finally dragged down. Now Kavanaugh's calling for it. They're going to go ahead. They're going to kick over. There's going to be a race, and that's going to work fantastic. And looking to go back in. Oh, great flick back out. But fortunate for the Wolfhounds, that didn't
nice
go off.
cover defense by the new the replacement center out there. I think he's actually on wing. He's wearing number 16. That was a nice cover because Dustin Cooper had to come up and finish off that Harley Davidson break, left the sweeping position wide open. It was a great decision to kick for touch, but then a nice covering tackle by the Wolfhounds wing.
There we go, Josh. There we go, Josh. You're looking good, man.
Line.
You're looking good.
All right, so line out here. A lot of pressure on this Irish Wolfhounds. They go up. They do a great job of taking it, though. And that's Peter Lennon. Now they're looking to set that ball.
6 out.
So still moving around in there, rolled out. There's the box kick now. They were behind the 22, so that should be good. Line out there, bought themselves. That's
Outside the
okay. Looking at the touch from where we thought at this angle, I thought it was going to be a better kick than it was. But we see a very experienced touch judge over there, and Colton Caraga, one of the guys he most notably just played with the Sevens Halloween, and then also he's part of that Negro Azul team that you'll see sometimes. Been all over the place, you know, with the Falcon 17 and the Halloween, and just a fantastic player. And looks like he's got a kid on, but I don't know if we're going to see him today. Did you get any information on that?
Actually, when I spoke to Blake on Friday night, he thought that they were going to start him at 13, so I'm surprised he's not in.
So now the ball out into Von Solwick's hands. He's going to go right in behind. Oh, there's Mooneyham finds
that.
a hole, and that blonde hair is just flowing, and he's going to go through untouched and find a hole right to that defense.
Overload the weak side wing once again, just completely overloaded all the way over in the centers. They are not afraid to use that weak side wing, take him completely off of the weak side on offense. They did it over and over on Friday.
It's like playing blackjack and you get that 11, you double down, baby, you go for the win. You don't leave them back there and play off. If you turn the ball, we just no, man. Full throttle ahead, running Eagles coming right at you. So now the score line 19-3 in front of the conversion. McElroy, I imagine, is going to slot this right through. You know, directly in front of the post. Been good for the corner so far today. So I would anticipate this kick going through and giving them a pretty good lead right now, a 21-3 lead. And now this team, one of the big things that the Wolfhounds have to do is they have to slow it down. And they were doing a very good job in the breakdown and slowing down the attack. But now it's just the running Eagles are starting to find their form.
Absolutely, looks like settled down, and they've probably made a couple of little adjustments. And yeah, they're, like you said, finding their pace, starting to pile on the points. Wolfhounds need to come away with some points in one of their forays. They've had a number of forays.
hold them off. Just go above.
Hey, mate, if you get a shot of the crowd, don't take these fellas.
So Patty Owens with the restarts, 21-3, running Eagles right now. Nice deep kick, so they're going to look to try and pin him deep. It's going to bounce in and then taken by Mooneyhan. The man just scored it. Now he's going to look to make something happen, but he's shut down, and so they're pretty deep, pinned in their own end now. Ball out. Oh, and a knock on. So that's going to be great for the Boston Irish Wolfhounds here.
Exactly
if they're able to
what they
turn this turnover into 5 points, this is going to give them some great confidence going into the break.
Absolutely, they're going to be very thrilled with keeping it this close, even at 10 to 20. That's pretty close considering who you're playing. Like I said, they cut the score at home last year. The Life smoked them by nearly 100 in Atlanta, and they cut it in half when they brought them here last time. So they're hoping to do similar today.
So you see Sam Grant has gone back to the inside center position, and just like that, when they had the possession, Life has been able to turn over the ball against the head. So it looks like that ball wasn't able to be produced, so we're going to come back. It's going to be a Life scrum again. They have had now on the other side of the pitch, probably about 20 minutes ago, the Wolfhounds had a great scrum where they just absolutely ran over Life. Right now they're probably motoring all in and just going to try and drive right over. What
Absolutely.
do you say?
Flood it as hard as you can. Need your points now.
Dustin Cooper back for the kick. We've seen Life number tries the forwards instead of ruck, and they're going to do it again. They're going to run at him. So good stick there by the man, Dale Harris. Now the ball's loose on the ground, and this is what they're looking for, that pressure that Boston Irish Wolfhounds are looking to do. And now McElroy puts that ball up nice and high, and it's going to find touch.
That was a great kick. That's something we didn't see a lot of on Friday. We didn't have to. Life didn't have to do a lot of that on Friday. So the Wolfhounds, they're behind, but I mean, it's got to be impressive. You consider Life is as good as it gets in the States.
Life is as good as it gets, and we want to see this PRP ARP crossover match. As a fan, I want to see it. I think we need to settle this down. East Coast, West Coast, throwing it back old school. And Adam Thomas bounces it back. Dale Harris gets it up, a good stiff arm, but he's swarmed by a bunch of Life defenders. But the ruck is over. You see a pick and go here. Ford's going to look to recycle and get Harris back out there so he can get the ball out. Adam Thomas coming in and sealing it out. So Harris still on the deck in the mess there. And then another pick and go from Thomas, but he's going to be sent backwards. And now just stepping over and taking away the space is Life. That counter ruck was fantastic. Just took away the space Wolfhound, and they're going to earn a penalty just at the 50 for offsides.
Fitness already, the difference in fitness already. Life doesn't look us at all. They're all super fit, super mean, and you're starting to see a little hitch in the step here with some of the Wolfhounds.
So Life having a fantastic facility down in Marietta, Georgia. Strength and conditioning coaches. The full everything that you need to put together a good program. And these guys, they're eating correct. They're doing all the right thing. But these guys, Savannah, Georgia tournament, fantastic tournament 15s. But that is a rumored match. Speaking of the Savannah, Georgia 15s tournament, it is rumored that a match between Life and Mystic River is trying to be scheduled for that tournament. So if you don't already have a good reason to go to Savannah, which everybody does because it's a fantastic tournament, and St. Patty's Day down there is, aside from Boston, and Chicago, maybe the best. But that matchup, hopefully we get to see that and see Mystic River get tested. So ball up, and
Big Gannon.
Big Gannon now they got it out to it and lowers the shoulder. Harry Kennedy sets it. Now another pick and go forward ball from Walsh, and then that was big. Schuler went down hard on that for Life, and now there's a lot of bodies in there, and he's still down, slow to get up. Now Patty Owens is going to find a run. Good step to the outside, holding on to the ball. You see. Now down, able to go. We don't have a number.
It's a decent ruck by the number 16 wing as well.
So Patty now he's really held up. Patty's really held up off the deck to bring him down.
Schuler definitely looks groggy over there. He's covering his channel, but he's hurt on the lower end and the upper end.
So there's the ball comes back in, and there's Fawcett. He's had a break, and so he's rested. And now Schuler's back into the man we were just talking. Who's groggy enough to get up and get a good offload. And now they find Mooneyham again out there on the corner. So a little bit of broken play. Ball comes out, and you just see that with the skills of this Life team, able to turn away a quick counterattack within a matter of seconds, and then they're just away and scoring a try.
Absolutely. Discipline on the overload and then the channels. These guys turn around like they're playing sevens, right into it every time. It's great to see.
So now it's 26-3 right now. Boston Irish Wolfhounds are probably just waiting to get to half to reorganize a little bit, find a little bit of their structure. If they can bring back that intensity that they were playing with in the first opening 15 minutes of this match, it should be a fantastic. They should be able to stymie this attack. And they need, but what they got to do is, John Madden, they got to score points.
They got to score points. They've had a number of deep forays and a number of opportunities. They had that knock that they got set up right at the door again. No points. You got to turn the page ready to do it again, but you need to get those points. Hopefully, that's what they're going to be doing coming off halftime. So there's 10.
So that's going to be the halftime. We're going into the halftime. Ryan Ginty, Ryan Tro here with Next Level Rugby, 26-3 now that we get it. Conversion was unsuccessful. Tell us about the first half and what your thoughts on that.
Well, I thought that the Wolfhounds strategy of trying to disrupt that quick ruck ball was working. They're trying to get the ball out wide to their new, more experienced backline, but that's not working as well. I think Life's discipline in channels and in defense is, very good. It's tough for Wolfhounds to get points. They want to come off of this first half with their heads held high. They've been putting in a lot of fire. They need points. So it's going to be difficult to convince some of the guys maybe to look, don't get down. We still in this. Even though we're down by a number, we want it close, and that's what we can do.
So it's 26-3. Life is on top at the half. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back for more in the second half of Life. This is Boston Irish Wolfhounds here in Canton, Massachusetts at the Irish Cultural Center. All right, we're back. We're about to get ready for some second half action here. Boston Irish Wolfhounds hosting Life, the team from Marietta, Georgia. It's a 26-3 scoreline at the moment. We're expecting it's probably. Do you think they're going to continue on with this breakdown, trying to attack the breakdown? Because they're doing that, they're losing numbers out wide, and that's where the defense is starting to find a little bit of holes.
Yeah, I think though that it works on that first phase, that second and third phase where they run into the trouble. If they can, actually turn over or earn a penalty in that. I think they still have to keep up with it because that's how they've been getting their deep runs in. When they do turn that ball over, they have their opportunities. Otherwise, you're just sitting back and letting Colton Carriaga and the boys rip through. Harley Davidson showing.
So we're waiting right now, just getting the last couple. I think we're waiting on one more player from Life to take the pitch.
Yep.
And now he's taking to the pitch right now.
Sure.
Tom, all good?
Must have gone through the concussion protocol and through.
Tom?
So Patty Owens getting ready to get this second half underway. 26-3, Life on top right now. And we see a short kick and a chase down. Oh, not handled well. That's what Boston Irish Wolfhounds needed off of that. Retained possession off their kickoff. Now Patty Owens looking to go outside, so a runner coming on.
Danny Collins.
Release down, no
He
hands.
was able to make quite a bit of gain line on that. He looked like he was corralled and kept on.
So Harris back out into Walsh now. Oh, and he's taken down, but he got the ball off in time. So now Walsh again back into play, gets right back off, gets right back in it. He's fired up. So now we're out in here. Dustin Cooper, he's the Australian Professional League player, used to play. Now tied up, nice little handoff in there from Alex Vertiger. Now Harris looking to get it out, and Adam Thomas is his last game. He's looking to run some people over, get a good result out of this. So all Irish Wolfhounds from the old kickoff right now on a good attack. They're keeping it going. And there's Cooper again. Shut really quick though.
Harley Davidson.
Harris out again, and now you look at it. It's just the numbers is they're overloaded right now. They have a lot of defensive players that they were running out there. They're running 5-on-2, but fortunately, probably just knew they had penalty advantage, so that's why they were going that direction. See if they can make something happen.
Choice. Again, going for tactical kicking here. They want to punch in some
It's in. It's
So
in.
unfortunate kick there. Came off the boot just a little bit. Probably did it. What are we looking at? We can't see from this angle. I think we're trying to figure out if that went directly, that went out in the dead ball, or are we on the touch? All right, perfect. So perfect
Last
kick, a
minute,
little bit
Get away
wobbly
on it.
from this angle, but we don't have a great angle on it. We're standing here at the 50, trying to look across the field. So we are on the sideline.
Again, this is where even though on their lineouts they've wanted to get it out wide, they're inside the 22. They like to maul. They're still the Wolfhounds.
Adam Thomas goes up and a great take from Adam Thomas. Now the ball backing around in. I think that might have been Walsh going in there. That's a try for the Boston Irish Wolfhounds. Way to open up the first half. That is some fantastic play. They went in, challenged the kickoff, knock on life, able to get it back, go through a couple phases, get the penalty, get the line out, and then now look at that, putting some points on the board.
Absolutely, that's exactly the way they wanted to start that half. We couldn't have for better. That was a nice turn of events for the Wolfhounds. They're back on the board, picking up the chin's going to be hoping to carry that fire through.
So Patty Owens is going to have a chance to bring it to 10 points. It is right now 8-26.
Go ahead.
So the Wolfhounds, you see, that's going to fire them up coming out into the second half and firing away right away. Putting points on the board. It's exactly what they need to do. Gain a little bit of confidence, moving forward, and they know they can score against this team now.
That's what it looks like. They're coming out with their fire again. I think that's been their MO for the first half, and now again in the second half. They're not losing any of their moxie. You got to like that.
Moxie. What are we in? Moxie? What is this,
Am I dating myself,
1985?
buddy? Am I
You're
dating
drinking
myself?
some Moxie
Am I
Coke,
dating
and
myself?
we'll get
My
you a
mom's
tab,
from Chicago. My mom's from Chicago. We use that language.
Yeah. Chicago, good deep dish pizza, and some not some bad games if you're an all-black to play.
Yeah.
Not some bad game, not a bad venue.
You got a couple good clubs out there. Lions, Griffins, can't beat them too.
Absolutely. Lions are actually doing really good this year. Division 1. Haven't got an opportunity to check out any of their footage because I haven't really seen it yet. Looking for that. So, but we are fortunate enough here, Next Level Rugby, giving some money to put on this production, looking to get a little bit more, but they're hooking it up, giving you the exposure that we see. We see McElroy now with ball in hand. Harley Davidson gets it out. Now Connor Mooney again. He's the danger man out here, but they finally shut him down, able to stop the speed of that Mooneyham and those gorgeous golden locks. So kick out now, moving through, getting a little bit. He's got some gorgeous locks as well. Now ball out into that 9-10 pair we were talking about. Got to straighten right up through the hands of Gannon. Walsh out. So stiff arm coming, but the tackle finish in there. Now slowing down to the breakdown, but the pick goes on. Coming to shut it down, but they got numbers for days out here. And the chip, and that works out well for the Wolfhounds there. So they didn't regain possession of the ball, but they did put the Irish Wolfhounds in a dangerous, precarious position down here. See if they send up Adam Thomas again to go up to get this ball.
It'll be interesting to see how the Wolfhounds respond to this. Are they going to kick for touch right off the bat? Or are they going to run wide? They got to touch though, right? You're too deep against a team like this. You got to kick it out of here.
Yeah. How you like going? So we have a huddle here prior to the lineup. We got a man down. That's Cacao out of Sacramento, California. I think I might have that number mixed up on his jersey.
That is a funky font. Is that a
Yeah, that is an
All
interesting
step.
font there.
Life step.
It says he's 6'1" on this sheet. He looks a lot taller than 6'1" to me. He looks a lot.
Doesn't he? Yeah. I pulled that off their website.
All right, so good take there. Going front pod. No challenge from Life. So now they're driving. The Mall's driving again, and this team, I'm really excited to see how they've come how they've come into the second half.
On fire once again. I think that's been the name of the game for the Wolfhounds. Just no let up, come with fire, be ready for it. Nice
So now
set.
box kick. And it's straight out in front of the 22, so they're going to come back to the spot of the kick. Gave me a little bit of a scare. That ball looked like it was going towards our camera gear, so I had to run out in there and take care of it.
So it looks like we've had a replacement here with the Wolfhounds. That's Servan Flo, who is about to lift Peter Lennon here. He might have replaced Adam Thomas.
So Fawcett with the throw. Oh, it's going to go first. They catch him sleeping. That's Schuler. They catch him sleeping in that first pod. And now ball out. Looking at this big man Gannon. He's getting a couple extra meters into contact. Walsh gets it out nice into Duncan. Duncan then skips it out. And a good little dancing in there.
Stop!
So now I'm back in and a hard charging run. And that's going to be a try going to Korai out of Sacramento, California. So we do see, so Xander von Scholwick, and wearing the 22, he's out there. That's who we were trying to find that name when we were looking for, all the way down at the bottom of our roster. I thought he looked familiar. The brother pairing there, he's playing out there, and he's got his brother running the offense.
Yeah, it's a pretty nice little setup. I mean, they don't look young the way they play.
Yep.
You know, they're experienced. They're plenty experienced. They're undergrad, sophomore undergrad, but they're out here with men in no blink.
Well, and I imagine a lot of these guys, you go to Life and you play at Life, you're not just starting to learn rugby when you go there. You know how to play rugby when you come to a program like Life. Not to say that they probably haven't taken some crossovers and turned them into rugby players, but I would imagine, and we don't have it on our stat sheet here, but I imagine that the majority of these guys have all played high school rugby.
Oh, you have to. You have to.
If I'm wrong, shout it out. Next Level Rugby on Twitter. That's another thing too. Like, let's hit up the social media, right? One of the big things that we have in this country is that, you know, we have great rugby going on. Our rugby players love it. The coaches, the administrators, everyone involved loves rugby.
We have an extra ball?
But the actual becoming a fan is the one piece that we're missing, right? And I think one of the big things is we haven't really had that opportunity to like watch the rugby that's going on here. And so as a community, we're just not used to seeing good media coming out. And so that's what Next Level Rugby, well, we're looking to fill that void. We're looking to come in here and give you the best possible view of all this great rugby that's going on across the country. And we're always Next Level Rugby. Everyone that works with us is a rugby player.
Inside.
So now McElroy off the kickoff, going to send it back over Patty Owens' head. He's going to get it off the bounce, though. He's got numbers out. He's going to take it straight up through a couple tackles, buys himself a little bit of extra time for the ruck and his support. So now out. Here's Cooper with a nice kick. Now Mooneyham looking to get away from him at first. Now he's going to send it back. Now they're going to go the length of the field to McElroy. Calvinaw's that ball in hand. He's a danger man with some speed. And now they're just looking to find a little bit of pace, and they're putting it back. Good little, you see, now the chase is really on. That's Xander coming down von Scholwick. Patty Owens a little bit lazy getting back there, but he's doing a good job of staying up, and looks like it might be a little bit of a stoppage in there. It looks like Harley Davidson with a little bit of extracurricular, taking, you know, not liking what's going on with Patty Owens there.
Was it Patty Owens? It looked like Danny Collins might have been in as well. You know, you back your boys, right?
Yeah, you got to back your boys.
1 in, 2 in, 3 in.
So it's 33-8 right now. Life on top.
Quickly, please.
Life has a line out. Fawcett with the throw.
If the referees allowing Patty Owens to get his boots back on.
Should we lose Patty Owens out there?
And take him with you.
Is that what he was upset about? Is that what's going on? The Life player took his boot off and wouldn't get back to him?
I'm not sure what.
Oh, I forgot what match we were watching, but we were shooting one match, and I look, and a cleat came off, and then, and we see right away, Life's going to come right through in a big charge and run.
Can't see the number yet. That was a...
I believe that might be Stroman. Not the big tall guy? Yeah, that's Stroman. I just think that's who came off. Life, I'm sorry if we don't get these. We get these numbers wrong and we don't represent your namesakes. We're trying. We got some Curry's. We had a nice enough to get a handwritten schedule right prior to this match. So studying the lineup, we didn't really have that advantage. So we're going to try and do our best here for you. And you see now at 38-8, 30-point lead right now in front of McElroy's conversion attempt. But I tell you, these Irish Wolfhounds, they don't look like they're ready to go quietly into the
Absolutely. No, they can't be. I think they have to be proud of themselves for the fight that they've brought. You know, they did put points on the board early in this half. You can't let it go now and, you know, and play lazy or, like you said, go quiet. You're still in the match, and bring it. Let's go.
Let's bring it, baby. It's 38-8 right now. So we'll see. It'll be interesting to see where the Wolfhounds decide to go with this kick. They've had success going short. And then the last one, they went pretty long in the last one. So it'll be interesting to see what Patty Owens wants to do with this. So they're going to go ahead. They're going to go deep again, try and pin that team down. But they've been able to work it across the field very well. And there you see McElroy just slipping a couple people, taking down. Nice tackle. And now a penalty earned. Fantastic. In from the side through the ruck. Kurt Weaver's all on top of that. And now you're in here. You got to go for the touchline here if you're the Irish Wolfhounds.
I think so. That was their bread and butter, how they scored their points early, right?
And I mean, you got a 30-point lead. 3 points isn't going to do anything for you right now.
No way. You need 5s and 7s.
Then let's not hit him in the head again. Oh, we can tap on him, okay? Let's not tap in the head, okay?
So useful kick.
I know.
So we have a wonderful crowd here at the Irish Cultural Center. That's all standing right behind us. Everyone, a lot of good conversation going on. You know, excited about this game, this match. You know, you get to come out here, watch their team, support them. Now they're going to go long to the back. Fantastic take off the fingertips, and now they're looking to charge straight up.
That's Flo Servan there taking it up.
And then another pick and go.
Stuart Abbott.
And now they're looking to swing right. They're looking to probably going to go right here now. Patty Owens looks to get out through the hands of Walsh. Oh, fantastic offload. Fantastic work through the hands.
Well done for the Wolfhounds. That was what they were looking to do off of their lineouts, but they've been mauling early inside the 22, but they were looking to set that back row out into the centers. That's what they got this time, and then they were able to go wide and hit it.
So a good job of hitting it up with the pick and goes, you know, that the going up, taking it, you know, Garrett Austin going up, just fingertipping that ball, pulling it back down, a couple pick and goes, and then they run it outside. You see Life defense came up and looked like they were going to shut it down, but that one pass just missed it, and a fantastic job. And converted is good. So there's that 7 point they're talking about. 15-38 right now.
Absolutely. The boys are definitely bringing it. Like you said, they're not going quietly into the ninth. They're staying with the fire, and they're executing their game plan still at this point. Exactly how they described doing it. You know, putting the back row into centers and going the other way wide, and they created their own little overload.
So Duncan puts it short and high. Gonna try and challenge it. But Wolfhounds, Walsh, he's having himself a great game, man. He's running really hard, and he's playing. I'm really liking the way he's playing the game right now. Oh, Patty Owens wants that one back, and Xander's going to make him pay for that one.
On Friday night, we saw that similar thing from Harley Davidson on a nice. Finally, the Boston had a nice setup, and by the time they went wide, Davidson was ready. It looks like Kavanaugh or the young Stalkwake was ready to
So
get this
Xander.
Xander, yeah.
Xander.
I'll watch that. Maybe talk to him.
So just when it looks like, you know, Boston Irish Wolfhounds are getting a little bit of momentum, they had a good tackle line. They were coming, attacking the line really fast. And then Patty we saw his eyes right in front of us, looking directly at who he was throwing it at, and didn't even see that Xander coming through. He is fast.
Fast. They're all fit. They're all, like, you look at even their props, you know, there's no guts on those guys. Those guys are sevens players as well.
Yeah, Flores looks like, I mean, this guy right over to our side here, Flores, I mean, he's in great shape, and that's your loose head.
Yep. Looks like a flanker.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a answer that Life definitely wanted, you know, put the staple back in it. Another chance for the Wolfhounds to do what they want.
So 45-15 as Patty Owens gets us underway. Now they're going to go short. They're going to try and contest it. Good job at contesting it there.
That's Stuart Abbott.
Stuart Abbott, that bald head, it's hard to miss him. Patty Owens now looking to have Walsh again, finding himself out there. Walsh slips a tackle. He's through stiff arm. He's got support. A fantastic run. Running through, still on their feet.
Got their platform.
Ball out now. Oh, he looks smart move. You see him there. A little bit of hesitation. He didn't let that pass fly
nice
away.
Offload by the Frenchman. Flo Servan, a name I'm wrong quite often against Boston.
Ooh, so a big high hit there. That's on Harry Kennedy. Big hit. Walsh's got to go quick. He's same thing, going all the way at it, trying to get himself a little bit of an advantage, trying to catch the defense being lazy in the back 10. So now Patty Owens right in. Ooh, big hit at Vertigo right there. Now the ball's back into it. Cooper with the ball in hand, dancing around a little bit. Doing a good job of keeping the ball alive here.
Life
now, back foot pass in. That was fancy. That looked really good, Patty Owens. Life D there, though. Oh, gap from the run into. So now they got numbers out to the left. They're running a really flat line attack here. No, Patty Owens slips a couple tackles. He's through. Oh, great offload off the deck. Keeping it going. Fantastic work. Oh, back in. Oh, my God. Yes. Yes.
There it is. That was some handwork. That was some nice hands. If that's the 14, that's Sam Grant.
So a fantastic work. I mean, just moving it through. We got it all the way down there. Fantastic handling. Just when you think they're going out, throwing it back in.
Danny Collins, number 11. Finally, on the last man with the ball. That was some deft-looking handiwork there. There was a lot of passing. That was nice. Not something you're used to, Wolfhounds.
Can't do that with depth, but with a flat line you can.
I guess, yeah. Once in a while, a flat line comes in handy.
Yeah.
Life
got
was,
Quake
That
Cooper.
part of it, right?
we got Quake Cooper, yeah. Make anything happen. Life was coming up with a nice pressing defense, though. I mean, they were shutting down that A&D channel. They were getting their flankers. Wolfhounds were getting their flankers where they wanted them. Life was shutting it down, but boy, they just kept coming. They wheeled two of them off back towards the left there after they saw they might have some numbers, and that's where we'll get the overload once again. Wheel them around, get them in.
So Patty Owens with a fantastic kick, and that's what we need. Another 7 points. Look at that.
Okay, Danny.
Let me
Here we go, Danny. We saw your skills.
Play the ball.
So ball backwards, and
Yep, just forward off left.
that's the crowd. Thank you.
Over here, boys, over here. Out of. Shoulders on. Crouch. Bind. Set. Brought in.
So the ball out now, and attacking straight up, running wrapped up, gets dragged, but does a good job of keeping the ball in. Ball out, but the touch judge has got his flag up.
Carried out first. Life ball. Life ball. All in. 5.
He will.
Come on in for me.
Getting off the top. So there we go, Colton Kiriaga. He's putting on the 21 instead of the 13 that we originally thought he was going to have.
So now penalty. So now they're going to go for points. earlier in the first half, you know, you just see them, they were just running. They were tapping and going, trying to do everything they could, just attacking from deep in their own end. Now they're just going to slow it down, you know, as the game's starting to wind down a little bit, you know, catch a breath, take a minute. Got about, 60 seconds to kick the ball, and then just get water on.
No fooling around, get some on the board. You know, you've got a lead, stick with the lead. No need to get risky at this point and let the Wolfhounds creep in it anyway. Those are the kind of decisions you want, right?
So Duncan lining it up. Angle almost straight on. And no good.
22.
I'll bring it back for 22.
Just behind him.
They're organizing here. They're going to go deep, but they look to retain possession out of here.
Well, you know what? We asked that question last time they were down there. They ran a couple of phases before they for the kick. We'll see what Patty decides this time.
So they're going to try and contest this ball, set it up nice and high. Ball knocked on, but cleaned up well by Stuart Abbott.
Brought in.
Oh, so ball out, intercepted by Walsh. Walsh wants it. He's been very good with ball in hand, running.
Tell you what, he gets up off the deck and back into the next play pretty quickly usually. At least earlier in this game. Maybe a little bit of fatigue set in as I say that today.
So Patty looks again, sees the defense trying to shut down that passing lane. Learned his lesson here about 10 minutes ago.
Starting to see a little bit of the tempers flare. I think they've had enough of each other personally. Ratcheting it up a little bit, getting into that section of the game, right? That late stage, getting tired of the harassment.
Yeah, you've been getting pounded on, you know, pounding on each other back and forth all match long, and then you just see each other at the bottom of the ruck, and you, nice little, hey, how's it going as you're getting up, nice little put down, so. In rugby, you know, these guys are going to be after just about 100 yards off pitch, even there. They're going to be sitting inside, enjoying good banter, some good witty banter, I would imagine, between these two teams. You know,
each other's man with the match drink.
Louder it is. I'll be louder.
Quick Prost. Gentlemen again.
So you got some split backs here. You got Xander and Kavanaugh lined up direct behind the scrum. That way you don't really know how to defend that. You're going to have to, they're going to time it out. It looks like Xander may be leaning to our right. He's kind of coming this way, so. Yep, they're going to come right. They're going to bring them all right. But ball coming sloppy. Now they're going to kick it. They're going to put it on, and there's Walsh. He's going to have to go clean this up and get the chase down on, but I think Xander.
22.
Fantastic. They got lucky on that one. Walsh, you know, didn't win that foot race, but he did enough to get in the way and stop Xander coming in.
I'll tell you what, I'm not sure a lot of people would win that foot race against Xander. Okay, and Lance Kavanaugh, both lean machines.
Listen.
So back for the 22. Last time they went, oh, nice little, good job. Oh, smart move by Patty Owens, realizing the man that marked up on him. Now we're kicking a little bit of soccer, and there's all bouncing around. It looks like it's going to bounce back. Kurt Weaver's going to bring it back out.
Brought in by Irish, made dead, scrum 5 black.
So it's going to be a scrum down. He's saying it was knocked backwards and played by the Boston Irish Wolfhounds in the angle, so it's going to be brought back out for scrum to life.
That was a bit funny.
So now they got 2 men out to the left.
So it looks like we got Lance Kavanaugh playing sort of an outside position here. You got Colton and Harley over on the left there.
Bind. Set. Come on up. Yeah. So listen, guys, it's both of us. We're both popping out. Okay, it's just a dangerous angle.
Decision on that last scrum by Life to
we have to keep butt in right here.
This side, they didn't have a lot of space on this side. Just sort of overload like that was an interesting decision. Kicking it through was clearly his time.
I would have been interested to see what happened. It seems like that scrum got a little messed up and out of the back there with the 8-man. You know, the pressure from the Wolfhounds were good. So, you know, I don't know what they were trying there. I think the kick might have just come off. It's just, hey, yeah, a little creation on the fly. So now scrum set. I'll start turn. That's a good job, fantastic job by Harrison shutting it down. So no give up in this team. They're all swarming. Boston Irish Wolfhounds, known for always bringing it. Always making you pay. And they'd find a hole and just
21. That looks like Colton Carriaga now.
So a little hole in the defense there. I think you may be correct there, but my eyesight not as good as it used to be now that I'm old. He's actually undergrad. So if we look through this roster of life, there's a number of different undergrads here. Estevan Flores, Alex Mahan, Marcus Walsh, Duncan Van Schalwick, Harley Davidson, John Loro, Colin Smith, Sebastian Banos, Zach Warren, and Ender Van Schalwick, all part of the undergrad program at Life.
As well as Connor Mooneyham. We have him in a different column, but yeah, he's another undergrad too. That's quite a bit. I think Blake said that they had a near even split on their traveling committee for this tour.
So after that try, it is 50 to 22. So another nice high kick, but taken well by Stroman. So now the ball out, missing behind. Kavanaugh's got it in hand. He can dance. He's still on his feet. A couple of guys dragging Patty Owens and a couple other Wolfhounds with him along the way. So they see attacking and passing behind. Looking to skip out. They got numbers now. Flores with ball in hand. He gets it off the deck. Fantastic work by him. Now Fawcett with the ball in hand. He's got Mooneyham helping him, but good covering tackle from the Wolfhounds.
Back.
Stops that attack. They're organizing their defensive line now. Ball into Flores' hands, taken down by Kennedy.
Check the overload out wide.
Yeah, numbers for days. A slow attack, and now they got it out way wide. Cal out there just misses him. Through the hands of Harley Davidson. Just couldn't take it off the deck. Unfortunate for the Boston Irish Wolfhounds.
Very lucky for the Wolfhounds. That was a nice setup both ways. Overloads for days. They had I counted 9 lifers out here on this near side wing in that first phase.
So the most important thing about rugby and the speed of the game is not how fast you are, it's how fast you reload. And as we're watching, that there's the efficiency around the field from this Life team is just really good. In the right position, they're all getting there, automatically know where it is. This is a team that works together, and I'm willing to bet they train quite a bit together, more than your typical 2-day-a-week that you get up here. But that's just a credit to their program and what they've done for rugby as a whole, and I mean, especially down there in Georgia. I'm a complete fan of them. Adam Thomas talking about, the challenge that they can take them and the respect that they have for this team coming up here.
Stay on. Thanks.
So a little miscommunication where that ball is supposed to go. And there's the man who's been doing a lot of work all day. Walsh just sends that into touch.
Not often you see the 8 doing the
Life.
kicking duties, the tactical kicking duties. He's not afraid of any of it.
No.
A couple more subs coming in here for Life.
Yeah,
Can't quite see the numbers.
Make sure everybody's off.
You were speaking of their program. What a special program it is, to have it as, all of senior men are graduate students. So, it's like being in college again. They're all studying kinesiology, anatomy, chiropractic.
Come on in, 15.
And then they play rugby 4 days a week with other elite levels.
Good. Thank you.
What a better program to learn when you're in school as a rugby player than being a chiropractor. That's pretty handy when you got a bunch of those on your team.
Yeah, pretty genius little maneuver.
So Fawcett goes to the back to Gannon, but
line out.
not straight, so they're going to bring it back.
You just stand up yourself.
Kurt Weaver's going to give the option.
Line out.
Either scrum down or a line out. Can't see. We're going to go for a line out to Irish Wolfhounds.
Hang on, guys.
The
How
line
many?
out
6?
has been pretty
All right.
successful. Garrett Austin going up. He set up that try, got that
Scrummy a
ball
little bit.
off of the last try that they had. And so we'll look to see if they go to the back.
Peter Lennon at practice was always saying, you know, we always back our line out. We know life's is great, but we back ours as well.
Oh, fantastic. Don't need to lift anybody on there. That ball's just going straight to Abbott. Good clan ruck coming through.
Green is on.
So the box kick by Harley Davidson into touch. He's got to go quick. Kavanaugh, they're going to look to switch sides of the field now. Him with ball in hand. He's got Xander. Xander's got the ball now. One man out. Good shake up, but taking down Patty Owens cleans up. And a knock on.
Easy,
Patty Owens forcing the knock on. But now it's getting a little bit testy.
Scrum Irish.
John Morrow in
like
there.
that.
That's
Is that carry on?
East Red Bull. East Red Bull. Go TJ. East Red Bull.
so see McFadden in there, the inside side of position against Nyack. 2 weeks ago when Nyack traveled down there. That was a really good game too. You know, Nyack,
Life, we gotta fix
aside from
this.
some handling
This is
areas,
twice
you know,
now.
handling errors. They
it.
were in their green zone a number of times, knocking on the door. 7 possessions they had down there. Didn't come away with any points. You know, put it on a late surge, but then, you know, Life able to just come down and they shut the door in the last minute. And I believe it might have been Xander or maybe Mooneyham that shut that game up in the last Friday night all the way down. Actually, I think it was
Fine.
We're going to have to go back and watch that game.
Sean
That was
Davis
a good
is a
one.
hell of a
Set.
player. Young man still.
Still tearing it up on the 7s as well, too, for Life.
We're not having ball till
Caught up with
stable.
them at the Elite 7s out there. We were out there, Northeast Academy.
Same thing.
ODA, they were
Irish ball.
that week. Won that tournament.
So the marketing manager of the Northeast Academy, why don't you give a little bit of spiel about those guys and what they're looking to do with the 7s?
Well, you know, the goal is with all the pathways, all the development academies is to place guys ready for, you know, Mike Friday's OTC for the national teams. And I think Stephen Lewis, Sean Horan, John McGecky, Dom Waring, I think they do a very good job of that. You saw again last week at Halloween 7s.
Oh, Patty Owens looks, he finds the gap, and he's just going to take it all himself. Now he's going to look to get it wide. Fantastic drop through the hands into Cooper. Cooper's now stepping a couple guys, keeping the ball alive, moving forward. Change of pace, now you see Wolfhounds are set up to our left, and they turned the ball over. Life turned the ball over,
Kavanaugh
strip.
picking it up off the deck.
Life is on.
So now not handled cleanly, but back into the hands.
Peter
Big man
Lennon
straight
way
up.
back in the sweeping position.
Don't always see that.
Yeah, that might have been his own
So
fault.
Patty Owens now looks, good little kick through. He gives a nod.
It's another back.
Not just a
Back
slow, gonna
on,
put
stay
it
here.
on the boot. He's gonna chase for Salwick. Knock on off of Patty Owens.
We'll say it was accident in front of him.
That was an exciting little exchange, right? Patty Owens found a gap. That looked good. Handling errors, though, those will kill you too. You know, that's one of the differences between elite level movers and you know,
Kind of heading down.
guys trying to make that bubble jump from D1 and up. You know, handling errors. You see it, you know, at the different level with USA versus in Argentina. You know, unforced errors will kill you.
Crouch. Come on up.
So Weaver Fever blows it up.
Just lower. Pop it up. Give him
Gonna get
something
the
to hit.
front row situated. A lot of force going into there. It's very important to make sure that your front row, you know, you're in there. Fortunately, I've never had to play front row. In 7s I have, but I mean, that doesn't really count. I mean, that doesn't really count. So, but you know, the big guys doing all the hard work up there.
Crouch.
You know, those front 3
Bind.
taking all that pressure.
Set.
So you just see the form now. Life got great form in it. Navacho back in to Xander. The brothers hooking up. Brings it back in. Now, good job of the ball not coming out fast. So now the Boston defense able to get in and intercept. Walsh again, man. He's having a match, man. He absolutely.
Hands 15 out. 15 out.
Yeah, he was one of my favorites against.
So Patty Owens again right into the hands of McFadden. Looked it through the whole way, and that's just when we're getting excited and the crowd's getting excited. McFadden's just going to shut it down.
You know, smart players all around. You can tell, you know, even though they're down there on an island in Atlanta and they don't have a lot of elite level competition across the board, they get a lot of play with each other, and these guys make smart decisions, smart moves. You know, they don't waste their effort. It's really an impressive program. You know, another team, as you say, you'd like to see him against the PRP, and a team I'd like to see him hit up with is Seattle.
Yeah, Seattle, you know, they're playing up in British Columbia now. They're playing out of Vancouver, traveling north, and having some really good results. You know, that team, Sevens, you know, really good Sevens team with the Serevi, you know, backing Atavis now, with the backing of Atavis. You know, a lot of good players up there. They're really turning around a good academy as well. You know, fantastic facility. And that's what we see. A lot of these programs now that has good facilities are able to put out teams, right? Like the residency programs, you know, which always kind of gets me, which I think about the Northeast, which makes it successful up here, is you got a bunch of guys that aren't in a residency program, but are able to come together. They play against each other, and they across the board, all these select side teams. They play against each other in 15s and 7s and other teams, but then come together and are able to sync it together. What do you attribute that to Northeast?
I attribute it to a very good coach. You know, they got purposely, they wanted their guys to get more games, and so they allow the guys to stay with their home clubs and then pick up the extra night of practice and the big tournament events with the academy. So they're working with the academy at the same time as they're working with their home clubs, so they're just getting more exposure all the time. And that was the by design.
8 roll!
So Northeast having a lot of success in the Sevens this year. You know, Halloween, Sevens coming out with the bowl.
Brought in.
So now Duncan's going to kick it nice and high.
And Northeast is proud of that bowl too, because once it came down to the ODs against each other, you know, we turned it on. We looked fitter, we looked top. You know, Steve Lewis was proud of that one too.
Stephen Lewis, the man with the plan. Big stuff coming out tomorrow. Sunday when we're shooting this. Monday is the announcement for Pro Rugby. It'll be interesting to see how that's structured, what that looks like, and how that's going to affect rugby overall. We're excited. We've seen a number of different organizations trying the professional route. Some with good plans that maybe just didn't have good execution. Some with some plans that you really question. What are you thinking trying to do that? But nothing coming out really other than they're going to make an announcement. We're going to have Pro Rugby and there's a Facebook page. So now Abbott gets it off the deck.
Advantage. Sorry.
So ball out. Patty looking. He's got support runners outside. Chip kick through. You see, life looks like they're keying on that all the time now. They're firing guys up, looking to get that intercept pass off Patty Owens all the time.
Guys are coming back.
They've definitely zeroed in. You know, that's the neat thing about rugby. It's not about who's coaching on game day. It's about who's playing, and you make the decisions. And so if you see something, a chink in the arm, or if you see a gap, you make the call. You and your teammates attack it, and you guys make your own decisions. Get creative. It's a fantastic game in that way.
Yes, Sparky, look, Toddy.
So next level rugby here, giving you the best view that you got. We got some great cameramen. We got Valentine up here on the 50 for you. We got Orlando giving you the camera action with the 800 on the right. And then Vince on the far line over here on FS 700 giving it down. Our producer for the day is the mad cinematographer, Charles Kahn. And then you got Nick mixing it, doing the switcher, doing everything so we can give you this great view. So a lot of University of Hartford products in there, all players that have played with us. And then, of course, my man and my partner here, Ryan Trost, to my left, providing the color commentary, doing great research on both these teams in the lead up to this match. So now the ball's going to go all the way back, and Kennedy's going to wish for that to go out, but he's going to go ahead, he's going to touch it down. So we're going to come back for 22, hoping that ball had that extra bounce to go out so they get it all the way back upfield.
Absolutely. He tried to be patient as long as he could, but life is always chasing, right? That boy was down there.
So now finding some space right in behind. It's a good opportunity to challenge, and they've done well to regain possession. Great kick by Patty Owens. She's finding the space. So now back in. Oh, great offload. Oh, fantastic hands. Work through the hands, looks back in, and just, big crushing hit here right in front of us. And that's going to be the match. So it's 57-22 here. As we watch these boys gather their breath, valiant effort by these Wolfhounds. But in the end, life, just running with the Eagles.
Absolutely.
So we just finished up this match. Life coming in here to ICC in Canton, Massachusetts. Heavy favorites coming in here. They had a really good result. 96 points they scored against Boston 2 days ago. But Boston Irish Wolfhounds showing up today.
Absolutely, they brought the fire like they said they wanted to. They executed their game plan. They kept it within a reasonable reach. I think a lot of people were expecting a much bigger margin of victory for Life. So I think Wolfhounds are going to hold their heads high here. Their rebuilding era is in full effect, and they're doing the things that they want to do. So I think they can be proud of this.
The Boston Irish Wolfhounds are going to come at it today. You know, they've got to keep their heads high. And, you know, despite the scoreline, I think this is a great result for Adam Thomas. You know, he came out in the game. He went out, was able to finish it off, had a great time, you know, and play some good rugby while he was in there.
You know, Adam's been a long-time stalwart with this Wolfhounds team. He was the MVP of the national tournament the last time the Wolfhounds won the D1 USA National Championship. So he's been around a while. This was special for him, and he really wanted to be a part of it with the nagging injury, so I'm glad he got on the field.
So for Next Level Rugby and USA Rugby, the American Rugby Premiership, and every rugby fan out there, you know, we're closing it down. This is a fantastic match. Great referee. Hashtag Kurt Weaver Fever. Weaver Fever. You know, for Ryan Trost, I'm Ryan Ginty, the rest of the Next Level Rugby crew. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.